Are the questions that the motion be agreed to? I'll give the call to the member for Gilmore.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. Last week was Stay Smart Online Week, and the internet is effectively a story of the good, the bad and the ugly. With an estimated 20.6 million internet users in Australia, it is essential that we make sure all Australians are both aware of cybersecurity and its importance. Just about every aspect of our lives is linked with some use of the internet. Almost everything to do with the internet is referred to as cyber something. Cyber cafe, which means you can get internet services as well as a coffee. Cyber attacks means someone's trying to hack into your system. I'm sure as we become more and more dependent on the internet, the use of the word cyber will continue to grow. While many parts that we know are now just great, Facebook to stay in touch with relatives, internet banking instead of going to the bank, even sending a gift when we're so busy we forget, so we just Google the gift, pay and get it sent. But the bad part of the internet is its misuse by those who are trying to steal part of your personal life, part of your business or part of your intellectual property rights. But the bad part of the internet, and this is called cybercrime, and it's estimated to cost Australians over $1 billion a year. However, there are a range of steps that can be taken to keep both families and businesses safe online. Last week, the Turnbull government launched 2 cybersecurity guides, an updated Stay Smart Online business guide and a Stay Smart Online My Guide for individuals. These can both be downloaded from the Stay Smart Online website. There are more than 1,700 partners across Australia who've combined to prepare these guides to help protect Aussies from some sort of cybercrime. There are 8 key steps for individuals. Be careful of the information you share. Use really strong passwords. If you receive a message that you didn't really expect to get, delete it. If they're from a friend, they'll contact you again. When browsing the internet, be careful of the pop-ups that appear. Are they coming from a trusted website? Keep your bank details away from prying eyes and don't share them with anyone. Mobile phones and tablets are really convenient, but they can be used by others. Make sure the shutdown time is pretty short and password protected. Update your security software and keep yourself safe. And if you feel that something is too good to be true, then it probably is, and it's likely to be a scam. So report the source so it can be investigated. Approximately 84% of small to medium Australian businesses have an online presence, and it's super important that we all take the right steps to protect ourselves. You really have to have passphrases that are unique to each employee. And if you leave your desk for some reason, lock your computer. You may think you're only going to be a minute, but you may take longer. Make sure everyone is cyber sensible for your business or your organisation. Maintain high levels of privacy. Keep your friends close, but keep that information closer. Back up your data. You never know when you may have a system fail, and redoing the work from scratch is both tedious and very unproductive. I tell this story to many of my school visit students. It's amusing, but it really does emphasise the need to back up. This is the story I tell them. Many years ago, when computers were a pretty new concept and records were only just being moved from paper to a floppy disk and clunky computers, I was a teacher and a form advisor for more than 300 students. I was often in the position of having to write lists of students going to different events, swimming carnivals and all sorts of things like that. So I thought I'd capture all their names on a master list. Well, I typed in all those names in alphabetical order and then prepared the sprocket-loaded paper, that tells you how old this is, from a number of years ago, but the paper bundle fell and knocked the PowerPoint out of the socket. Every name was lost and I had to begin all over again. So the most important lesson was to save as you go. Staying smart online will become more important as we advance with our technologies and our digital applications. Parents, carers and responsible adults, this is the potential of the ugly side of the internet. Do you know who your children are talking to? Are they educated about the different searches on the net? Have they switched off their geolocators before posting Facebook photos showing them possibly drinking and that parents are away from home? Are we doing everything possible to keep our children safe from being subject of an online stalker? And finally, perhaps important of all, are we helping them through ways and techniques to deal with online bullying? Sometimes they're mates at school or work who are supposed to be their friends. Too often we leave the well-being of our children and family to the potential influence of online cheating, cynicism, crime and criticism. We all have a role to play in so many aspects of our cyber life, both now, tomorrow and all the tomorrows ahead of us. For all our sakes, stay smart online.